Hi friends, it's me, Miss Erin from C.C. Mellor Memorial Library, here for another family story time with you this morning. Today, we're going to read some books about robots. Are you ready to get started? Let's take our wiggle, wiggle fingers way up in the sky. Wiggle, wiggle fingers, wave them all bye-bye. Wiggle, wiggle fingers, fold them in a ball, throw them in your lap, and do not let them fall. All right, our first book today is called Little Robot Alone by Patricia MacLachlan and Emily MacLachlan Charest. And the pictures are by MacLachlan. Little Robot Alone. Little Robot lived in a white house on a green hill by a blue pond. Every morning he put on his tracks, one by one, tight and strong, rolling, strolling all day long. He charged his battery, zippity zappity, crickety crackety, hum, hum, hum. And he sang his cheerful breakfast song. Oats with oozy oil are yummy, slipping slowly down my tummy. Little Robot had a peaceful life. He watched the birds fly over his white house. He watched the squirrels race on the green hill. He watched the fish splash in the blue pond. But he felt alone. Do you ever get lonely? I get lonely sometimes. Just like a little robot. One night, Little Robot dreamed of a smooth, shiny shape. Look at that shape. When he woke in the morning, he had an idea. First, he put on his tracks, one by one, tight and strong, rolling, strolling all day long. He charged his battery, zippity zappity, crickety crackety, hum, hum, hum. He sang his cheerful breakfast song. Oats with oozy oil are yummy, slipping slowly down my tummy. Then Little Robot began. Here's my bag, an oily rag. Pegs, glue, where are you? Battery screws, a handy wrench. I'll put them all upon my bench. Little Robot bent the metal into a shape. He used a screwdriver to attach the ends. He worked and worked and worked. Finally, on his bench was something smooth and shiny. It had 4 wooden legs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a button. Little Robot pressed the button. Nothing. Little Robot pressed the button again. Nothing. Little Robot thought hard. He had more to do. He rolled to his bag of treasures. He found 2 bright marbles, some soft wool, and a small broom. Then he worked and worked and worked. Little Robot took a deep breath. He added tracks and squirted them with oil. Do you remember his track song? One by one, tight and strong, rolling, strolling all day long. He charged the battery. Remember his battery song? Zippity zappity, crickety crackety, hum, hum, hum. His new thing shook. The broom wagged. Little robot jumped back. He pressed the button. What do you think's gonna happen? And his new thing leaned over and licked little robot on his smooth metal cheek. Can you talk? Asked little robot softly. What do you think it said? Woof! Little robot reached out and patted the smooth, shiny body. Welcome home, he whispered. My friend. Oh, look! They're so happy to be together. Little robot rolled outside. Little dog is here, he called out. The birds flew down to see. The squirrels on the green hill came close. The fish in the blue pond had a look. Little dog sniffed the air. He watched the birds. He wagged his broom tail at the squirrels and the fish. As the stars came out, little robot and little dog rolled into their white house and under a moonlit quilt. Good night, little dog, whispered little robot. His friend was already asleep. Sleep happy, sleep well until the night's end, my good little dog, my good little friend. Look, there they are all snuggled up together. That's the end. Now little robot has a friend. That was a neat one. Let's do another story. But I thought this time I could draw my story with you. Should I draw my story with you? All right, here I've got my plain board all ready for a story to draw. And I've got my marker. So, once upon a time, there were two kids named Alex and Abby. Now, Alex and Abby loved to make things, and their parents let them make things in the room in the basement. Where's the basement at your house? Do you have a basement at your house? Is it upstairs or is it down at the bottom of the house? Yeah, it's down at the bottom. So here, we're gonna draw our basement down here at the bottom. There's our basement. And Alex had a table in the basement for his projects, and Abby had a table in the basement for her projects. And they had a big long bench at one end of the room so that they could work on projects together. Now, Alex liked to make things out of boxes. He liked little boxes. He liked medium-sized boxes. And he liked big boxes. Big boxes. He just loved making things out of boxes so much. But Abby liked to make things out of wires. She liked long wires. She liked curly wires. And she liked little tiny wires. So one day, Alex and Abby were working on a project together, and they worked and they worked and they stopped and took a break, and then they worked some more, and it just still wasn't done. So Alex said, I know what this project needs. It needs 2 more boxes. So he added 2 more boxes. And Abby said, well, that's close, but I think this project needs 2 more wires. So she added 2 more wires. There! Alex said, it's all done. It's perfect, Abby said. Didn't they make the perfect project? Oh, can you tell what this project is? Probably not, right? Because it's upside down. Let's turn it right side up and let's see. Let's turn it, turn it, turn it. Look at that. What did they make? Did they make a robot? That's pretty fun. We just drew a robot together with our story. All right, should we read one more book together before we go? Our last book is called Beep, Beep, Go to Sleep. And it's by Todd Tarpley and illustrated by John Rocco. Look, there's a little boy here and he's got 1, 2, 3 robots. Oh, man, those 3 robots are running all over the place. Beep, beep, go to sleep. Look, he's trying to get them to go upstairs. 3 little robots, time for bed, time to dim your infrared. Brush your rotors round and round. Clean your shields. And power down. Time to get ready for sleep. Quiet at last, not a peep. 3 little robots are beep, beep. Uh-oh. Is something wrong? I need my coil. My sensors ache. I want more oil. Better now? Then rest your head. 3 little robots, back to bed. Quiet at last, not a peep. 3 little robots are beep, beep. What is it now? I need a light. My fan belt's loose. My bolt's too tight. Quiet at last. Not a peep. 3 little robots are beep, beep. Robots, are you still awake? Engines off, for goodness sake. No more beeping, no more talking, no more squeaking, no more squawking, no more blipping, blinking, boinking, winking, whirring, squinking, oinking. Oinking? Do robots oink? Go to sleep! Quiet at last, not a peep. 3 little robots are beep, beep. Oh, what now? You need what? Look, what do they have? Oh. Somewhere there are robots beeping, buzzing, bouncing, squawking, squeaking, blipping, bopping, blinking, boinking, winking, whirring, even winking. But not these robots snuggled deep. They've finally put their boy to sleep. That's the end. Now everybody's sleeping. Thanks for coming to story time with me today and sharing 3 different stories about robots, 2 in books, and 1 that we drew together. Look, there's our robot. All right, let's wave goodbye. I'll see you friends next time here for story time next Tuesday. Bye!